Howdy folks, I'm going to do a qualitative analysis on some residue that I got from my last mineral analysis that I think is aluminum. I had trouble getting it into solution and thought I got more in, but it looks like some of it might have precipitated out a little bit also here. Got the pH adjusted where it needs to be for the test, but let's go ahead and see what we have. The test I'm using uses a material called Aluminon, which is actually a ammonia salt of orin tricarboxylic acid, I think. But anyways, it does turn red with aluminum ions in the solution. I was able to get some test packets from a company called Hanna Instruments, and it's supposed to be used as a colorimeter, but we're going to just eyeball it and just to give us a yay or nay whether it's there. And the way the test works is you take a 50 milliliter of the sample and you add the first packet, which actually gets rid of interferences from iron. Then you add the second packet and mix it up until it dissolves. And that's supposed to get rid of, or that's the actual dye material. Then you take 10 mils off, and that's going to be your blank. You pour that off and you add the bleaching agent to it, and then you compare your sample to the blank. So actually I need a couple tubes to do that. Alright, let me label these up. Where's my good old Sharpie? Here we go. Alright, here's our first packet, and this is ascorbic acid based from what I understand. So we got to get that in there and get it to dissolve. From my experience, it's going to take a minute or two. And I actually ran this test earlier with just water and the reagents, just to do, I guess, what you would call a reagent blank. And this is it with distilled water, and this is it after adding the bleach. And you can hopefully see that there's no color difference between the two. I actually ran them through my homemade colorimeter and didn't find any significant difference in the color. So this says that there's no bleach or no aluminum in my deionized water that I'm using. So now we'll try the same thing with the sample and see if we get a color difference between the bleached blank and the actual sample itself. Alright, I think we've still got a little material in there, but we'll get this cut open and ready to add. There's also some methods on how to make aluminon. It's kind of expensive online. From what I didn't find a cheap source except for these packets. Okay, I think that's pretty much dissolved. We'll add our colorant. Make sure we get our whole pack in there. Get that mixed up. That definitely looks darker than the blank that we had previously, so we have to get that to dissolve, and we need to add this bleaching agent to our sample blank here. Actually, I'm going to add it to this tube, and then we'll take 10 mils of our colored material and add it to the bleach and compare the two colors. So if I can get this darn thing open and add it. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Yeah, it takes a couple minutes to dissolve. Now these packets I actually got online, and they were relatively inexpensive. I got 4 boxes, or a total of 100 different tests, or enough for 100 different tests. and they normally go for about 90 bucks, but they were on sale, or they were listed on Amazon for 16 something. So I don't know what the deal was, if they were truly 100 tests or if there was something wrong with them. And here I got them, and they were actually expired. They expired in 2016. This is 2018. And I really don't care for what I'm doing here. I'm not looking for anything specific, but I was really surprised at the company, and that they were listed as Hanna Instruments on Amazon, would actually sell these expired and not having them listed. I mean, they were heavily discounted, so I figured there was something up. But, you know, that might be an important thing for some people that might be using this for something that needs to be, you know, traced and all that. So I was really surprised. I think that's a strike against Hanna Instruments, actually, for not putting that. And some of the other products that they have too on Amazon, people commented that, hey, that this stuff is expired, and it wasn't listed in the description. So I really don't know why a company would risk its reputation doing something like that. And there's nothing wrong with selling them expired. Just, you know, be upfront that, you know, that's why these are so cheap, and that's what we're doing. So anyways, that looks pretty much dissolved. So I'm going to take 10 mils of that. Ah, that's good. Usually I go back and forth trying to get the amount right. So we'll add that to our bleaching agent. And we'll give that some good shakes. Now we're supposed to let the color develop for 15 minutes. Excuse me, 15 minutes. So I'm going to look at my clock here, and we'll come back in 15 minutes, and I'll pour this in the other tube, but already we can see a definite color difference. So it looks like it's going to be positive for aluminum. So hold on, we'll see in 15 minutes. Presto! 15 minutes and some dishwashing has gone by. Now we can compare the colors. What I'm going to do is add it to a similar container, even though it's obviously darker than what the sample blank is. It looks a little different in the tube, but here we go. I'm not sure what kind of background color we have here. Let's try this. So hopefully you can see that okay, but you can definitely see a difference between the blank and the sample. So there's definitely aluminum there. How much? Who knows? We didn't do a quantitative analysis. Just wanted to see if it was there, and it is. So this test is quite sensitive. It'll go down to below a part per million. And once again, I guess I could get them all up there. The ones on the right were from the just the water blank. So so there we go. Aluminon reagent definitely shows aluminum in the residue that I found. So that's nice to confirm what it is. I'm pretty sure after going through the qualitative analysis procedure, precipitating out different groups, that you know, that's pretty much what was left. So, but it's nice to have a confirmation test. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Tune back in. I'm sure I'll be poking at another rock and mineral here, and trying to find out what it is, and maybe you could be of some help. Thank you.